Wow, we are doing great on time. Connor, question of the day.
All right, so I wanted to make mine kind of more CCL related since that's currently what's going on right now.
Hmm.
So I wanted to know if you guys think that if MLS started their season earlier, is that the difference that allows an MLS team to win CCL?
Adam, go first.
Um, I think it would certainly help, but no. um, I mean, Andrew and I have kind of spoken about this before, but I don't think the MLS teams necessarily value the CCL the way the South American teams do. Um, I mean, you can kind of see. I know Will Ferrell was at the LA game in Lyon last
Yeah.
night. Um, for some reason, he was holding up one of the half and half LAFC versus SKC scarves and not just an
Because
LAFC
he
one.
can.
But yeah, I mean that's fair. But no, I think it would certainly help because you could tell the MLS teams were not firing on all cylinders today and yesterday, whereas the South American teams obviously were having been in mid-season form. Um, but no, I think that especially as the MLS season kind of progresses, teams start to rotate more and more, whereas the Mexican leagues are kind of wrapping up. So we don't put out the rosters and lineups that we need to kind of bring the trophy home.
I agree, but with a different twist on it. I think, yes, it helps. Giving us more time to prepare and more games and more sharpness always will help. The other thing is not that they don't care about it, it's money. We don't spend nearly enough money on players that the Mexican leagues do. You see that with Tigres. Tigres is the most free spending team in the CONCACAF nations, out of the CONCACAF teams in CONCACAF, right? They will spend millions and millions of dollars on anybody they want because there's no cap and they can do whatever they want. It doesn't give them results all the time. That's not, that doesn't, money doesn't translate to wins. But the ability to go out and buy whoever we want is the biggest difference for us because when we're playing Reese Buckmaster versus an Enner Valencia, for example, there is a 11 times out of 10, Enner Valencia wins that battle. And it's no, I mean, it's a little bit of a knock on Reese Buckmaster, but in reality, it's just the fact that there are players who are trained to be better and be worth more versus guys that are coming up through the academy and are being trained to be good later. And it just, we need to be able to go out and we need to spend money on different makers that aren't just three designated players. Now, really only two designated players, and the third is a U23 guy, right? The way the CBA has been written for the next 4 or 5 years helps, but they're like one or two steps away. But that's just me.
I'm gonna put a counter on every time I downplay FCC and you downplay Reese Buckmaster. So just be
I would say,
warned.
what's the end goal then? What happens at the end?
We'll figure it out.
Uh,
Something involving a public apology to Reese.
I have to record a video and post it on Twitter and tag him.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll send it to Tim
Yes, and
Barger.
have him see it. Great question, Connor. I like that. Connor.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, what are your thoughts?
Feel like I feel like MLS teams have been close enough that maybe it could make a difference just in a one-off year and that some team could win it because I do feel like the talent is getting better in MLS. Um, and I think that maybe having the team more prepared could have them play better in the Champions League and then build some confidence and some momentum and maybe sidetrack the regular season a little bit just to focus on CCL and being more prepared could be the difference between making the semifinals and stealing a win in the finals.
Interesting. That's a good point. Um, but alas, only time will tell, right? Um, honestly, I almost hope we don't win it because then Garber's just going to sit back and be like, oh, we don't need more money. We won CONCACAF Champions League once. Everybody go back to being peasants.
So the LA Galaxy team 20 years ago was the last MLS team to win it. Can anyone tell me 2 players on that team?
20 years ago?
Not a chance.
Yep.
trying to think.
So backyard soccer legend Kobe Jones
I would
is
say
on there.
it had to be like Jones, like literally like the beginning.
And Clint Mathis.
Yep.
So not huge names, but yeah, this Galaxy team is the last one to win it, and I could not tell you, apart from the 2 I just named, a single one of these guys.
That's crazy. MLS performance in CONCACAF Champions League. Going back, so it wasn't even CONCACAF Champions League back then, was it?
No.
Yeah, I was about to say, because nobody's actually won CONCACAF Champions League.
Nope.
But we had a finalist in 2010-11, which I believe was Real Salt Lake, 2014-15, which was Montreal, and 2018, which was Toronto. And that was it. No champions, 3 finalists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 semifinalists, and we've had 5 participants every year. So it's not like we don't have enough teams.
I mean, if you look at the LA and Atlanta team, granted, 80% full strength lineups were put out. But if this Atlanta team and this LAFC team coming off the back of last season can't do it, I don't know what hope the rest of the league has.
Literally.
Maybe Inter in a few years.
I mean, maybe Seattle. Exactly. Love it.